Peter, what are you doing?
I'm not Peter, I'm Boaz.
I'm
watering my crops. Can't you tell I'm a farmer?
I can see that. But yesterday you were Abram, a peacemaker who found a good way to solve a problem.
That was yesterday. Do you have any idea how many stories there are about peacemakers in the Bible? I lost my straw. Hold on.
Just say that line over again.
Because I misspoke anyway.
Okay.
Whatever.
We'll just restart.
I don't want
Okay.
to on me again.
Sorry. I was watering my crops.
But then it's all wet.
Shoot.
Because its water's wet, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Luke, you're doing great.
Ruth is doing good. My favorite character.
Peter, what are you doing?
I'm not Peter, I'm Boaz. I'm watering my crops. Can't you tell I'm a farmer?
But yesterday you were Abram, a peacemaker who found a good way to solve a problem.
That was yesterday. Do you have any idea how many stories there are of peacemakers in the Bible? Peacemakers not only find good ways to solve problems, they also help people.
And that's why you're dressed like a farmer today? To teach us that?
Yes, to tell the children my story. The story of Boaz. He was a farmer.
I don't think he dressed like that.
You don't?
No, and I don't think he watered his field either. Boaz had workers who did the field work for him.
Oh, well. Well, maybe I didn't get the costume right. But I did learn the story of Boaz and how he helped someone in need. Can I tell it now?
Sure, Peter. We'd love to hear it.
Great. Okay. One day, I didn't start with once upon a time this time.
Thanks, Peter. Go on.
One day, I went out to check how things were going in my field. When I got there, I noticed a woman was following behind the workers. She picked up any grain they left behind or dropped. There were usually some poor and hungry people who did this, but this was a woman I hadn't seen before. I asked one of my workers about it, and he told me her name was Ruth. I found out that she was taking care of her mother-in-law, Naomi. Both of their husbands had died, and they had no one to provide for them. No one. So, while the workers had lunch, I shared some with Ruth. Here you go, Ruth. I told her to stay in my field and glean. That's the word for picking up the leftover grain behind my workers. Then I told my workers to, accidentally on purpose, leave some grain behind for her so that she would have enough to feed both herself and Naomi. Some people might have thought that this was strange. I mean, maybe she was from another country, not like us. Maybe I'd never see her again. Maybe it meant that I didn't have quite as much grain at the end of the day, but I thought it was the right thing to do to help her.
Boaz, what a great way to practice peace. You noticed someone who needed something and helped her.
Thanks. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got seeds to plant, weeds to pull, and crops to water. See you tomorrow. Well, Boaz won't, but I will, dressed as somebody else.
Bye, Boaz, and thanks for sharing your story with us.